Hello and welcome back to Money is Blind podcast. I'm your host Prasoon and this is the show where blind and visually impaired persons can learn how to become successful entrepreneurs. I think this is going to be the 115th episode. We started our journey back in November 28, 2022, and it is 6 months now, and we are almost halfway through the year. That's 6 months. It's been a long journey, 5 episodes a week, and close to 1000 plays. I'm really humbled. Money is Blind podcast is available on Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Spotify, Anchor, Amazon Music, Overcast, Stitcher, and there is one more podcast platform which I don't remember. So whichever platform that you are listening to this show right now, consider subscribing and please do consider giving this show a 5-star review because it really motivates me. If you have been listening to this show regularly, you might have noticed that I've been doing biographies of famous, successful blind persons, and some of them were musicians. So you might be wondering, if this show is about entrepreneurship, how can a musician be considered an entrepreneur? So if you really think about it, all successful musicians, they are entrepreneurs. Instead of just focusing on creating music, they try to develop other skills like marketing, solving problems, providing more value to their loved audience, and that's the sign of an entrepreneur. Actually, I think there is a term like musicpreneur or musician entrepreneur or music entrepreneur. So I've been reading many articles on this topic lately. If you consider the tremendous impact of information technology that we have evidenced, that we have seen in the last 10-15 years, it has completely revolutionized how the world works. Gone are those days where just getting your basic education, getting a good job, and waiting for a good pension was the norms. Today, everybody is trying to become an influencer, a skilled teacher. Everybody has their own YouTube channel, their own podcast, and they are talking about what they do the best. I am doing the same through Money is Blind podcast, trying to provide more value to blind and visually impaired persons to start their first online business and to scale it up so that it becomes a profitable one and they can create more and more businesses to become successful in their life. If you just think about it, all those famous musicians that you follow, your favorite musician, Jay-Z, Madonna, 50 Cent, Maroon 5, Beyonce, all of them, you just think about it, all of them are entrepreneurs. Creating music and selling it, conducting shows all around the world, touring the world, conducting stage shows, signing new records, making new deals, negotiations. It's not different from the job of an entrepreneur. They are trying to expand their audience, to provide more value to their audience. And in this world, we can make money by providing more value to our audience. And how do you find your audience? You first need to develop a skill. You need to attract them. And building a skill, it doesn't happen in 1 or 2 years. It takes at least 10 years. So that's why I consider all musicians as entrepreneurs. Even if you become a musician, don't think that entrepreneurship is a different world. Of course, you can become a musician and don't worry about expanding your business, don't worry about learning new business skills, but then you are providing little value to your audience. You are not you don't have any big dreams. You became famous because of luck, and when that luck factor disappears, you also disappear. But entrepreneurs, they keep trying. They don't wait for things to happen, they make things happen. That's what happens when a musician turns into an entrepreneur. So, creativity can work along with problem solving. There are many skills an entrepreneur needs, and if a musician has all those skills, he can expand his career, make it stronger with his newfound entrepreneurial skills. If you think that becoming a successful, famous musician gives you the opportunity to hire business managers, marketing managers, of course you can do it. But when they talk to you, when they give you the report, when they give you the finances, if you don't know what they are talking about, you are letting it loose. You are running their show. Being a music entrepreneur is like turning your passion into a profession. It involves discipline, it involves learning new skills, it involves learning from your mistakes and failures and pivoting according to the need of the market. What does your customer need? What is it that your audience is looking for? If you can find the answer to that question, you will be able to deliver and you will be able to do it consistently. And when you do that, you become richer, more famous, and a world class entrepreneur. So, before doing this episode, I was reading about Ethan Locke. So, I initially thought about doing his biography today, but that's when I realized I should do an overview of being a music entrepreneur. Now, who is Ethan Locke? He is a 20-year-old teenager from Scotland. He won the BBC Young Musician Award last year in 2022. He was the finalist in that show. He was born blind, and he has also been into the Britain Got Talent shows. But last year, that's when he clicked. You can watch out for this name because he has been training hard for several years now, and now it is his time to shine. And I'll be keeping a track on his progress. He's just turning 20 years this year, next year. And so let us see how his career, his music career, he's a pianist and a composer, how he turns his musical career and mix it with his newfound entrepreneurial skills. If you have been following him, you might be knowing what I'm talking about. If you want to learn more about him, I can do a separate episode on Ethan Locke. If that's what you want, you can send me a voice message or visit www.moneyisblind.com and send me a message. You can also find this episode in a blog post in moneyisblind.com. You can also comment there. Alright guys, if you have any arguments or suggestions, let me know. I'm trying. That was my MacBook. It is heating up. So I think it's time to wind up this episode. I will talk to you guys next week. Till then, take care. Bye bye.